Hello and welcome to the
Too Many Words Podcast, baby. We got another episode, another week, another fun-filled day of Jordan and Isaac.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Jordan, we have come across a pretty unique situation of a couple things landing on top of each other.
Have we?
I mean, it's not too terrible, but, you know, a few things lined up for us to be in some small predicament, and it's nobody's fault in particular. It's just how things landed. It's like dominoes, you know?
Okay.
So, episode 32 of Too Many Words Podcast, this was going to be an episode with our friend from church, my friend from church, Les, otherwise known as Mr. Les. He had become really passionate about some of the things that we were planning on talking about. And because of the snowstorm, not snowstorm, but
It's a snowstorm.
epic snowfall.
It's a snowstorm.
For real big snowfall
These
that
snowflakes are like quarter
just
size,
came out of
dude.
nowhere today. He canceled, understandably.
Yes.
And with that said, Jordan, when was the last time we recorded?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Hello, my girlfriend, Hannah.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh. Can you take like a 2-minute break?
A 2-minute break.
I mean, I can tell
Will
you
you
this.
help your mom? She's like trying to lift the snowblower up.
I mean, that wouldn't take 2 minutes, but I mean, we can, I can go. Jordan, say something funny.
I'll try. Isaac, have a good time.
With
want-
that said, last thing we said.
Do you want my
been,
coat?
It's been 24 hours since we last recorded.
Since yours got peed on, do you want mine?
No. Why
Are you
would you
sure?
say that on air?
Because
I
who
have
cares?
another coat, you weirdo.
But yeah, but no, okay. I just thought it'd be nice. Hi, Liam.
Love you.
That was me saying something funny because Isaac's coat got peed on by a cat. Ha ha ha! Funny. We recorded last 24 hours ago. Today is March 11th, 2023. It is 6:00 p.m. on the dot. And I don't remember if we actually said the date and time in the last episode, but it was March 10th on episode 31, and we started recording, I think, probably about this exact same time, to be honest with you, because we ended up finishing about... No, because I left about 7:15. Took a while to download those files. I don't know. Probably about 5:30, 5:45 we started. But it's been a very rough past 24 hours, at least for me. I don't know what it's been like for Isaac. I had to work today, so it was a lot of busyness before the snow got here that I didn't even know was going to be here, to be honest with you. I just looked outside and there were 6 inches of snow. Wow. There was a lot of stuff to do, and we were really understaffed. Big problems. But, Liam, come here. Come here, Liam. Get up here. Come on. Liam. Come here. Liam. Here. The cat won't come here. Liam. What are you doing? Okay, he's stretching. As you can see, in 24 hours, Isaac has almost completely reset everything. I mean, you can look over there. I'll point, or well, I guess you will look over there in a minute. I'll have the camera switch or something like that. But like, yeah, he's changed a whole bunch. Everything looks a little bit different. But yeah, we still got the same table setting, which I think is probably how we're gonna keep it for quite a while. I like it. We both like it. Although because of the flag, I was like, I kind of liked it over on the other side because we got that jet right there. And we probably could have had a bit more room per se, but with the flag here, I think is all right. Once we get our center angle, we're gonna get I think Isaac wants to get a really good camera for our center angle, and that'll probably be our main camera for the most part. We'll see how that goes. I got a couple segments planned for with Isaac, so which is kind of sad because he's not here right now. But it's all right. I have actually ran out of things to talk about. Other than we're still really understaffed at work. If you need a job, I think still have 2 full-time positions open. I just heard the door open. Are you done?
No. But I will be. As in I am. As in my mom is dilly-dallying.
Okay.
Yeah. If they need me, they'll get me in 50 minutes.
50 minutes?
50, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, what were you talking about?
Just kind of a few different things. I went over how the setting changed in 24 hours.
I mean, did it really?
Our backdrop did a lot. I mean, think about it. Like, look at all the new stuff over here and over there. And
Yeah. Do they see the Cena wall a little bit in your angle?
probably.
Okay. Proud of that. But, Jordan.
Now they do.
Jordan. It has been 24 hours since we last recorded. Why?
Well, like you had said, we were supposed to record with Les today, and that was supposed to be yesterday's episode, technically. But he had said he couldn't make Friday, so we were gonna be doing it today, on a Saturday. But for some reason, you said you needed to record 2 episodes this week because you're gonna be gone next week.
I'm going to be gone next week because I'm going to be in Minnesota. That is why we are doing 2 episodes
for a car's birthday.
For this weekend. What?
Some car. It's her birthday.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Hannah's
with
sister.
that said, we had already puked out last episode everything that we had done for the week, and all the news and notes about us and the
So there's
announcements.
nothing.
So
that
there's
means-
literally nothing new that we could put out since as of 24 hours ago. I mean, I could tell you about how I helped
That's
clean
not
the
as
house
interesting.
today,
I
but
got
that's
some
not
new things-
interesting.
I got some new things ready for you.
No, I already have a plan for what we're doing this episode.
I already have a plan too.
So it's like,
That's something I said already. Is I have a segment planned
You have a segment?
with you. Segment.
Okay.
Segment.
Okay.
Won't take too long, but
Okay. What is it?
we'll get to it. What's your stuff?
I, in the panic of it all, when we have absolutely nothing for this episode, we have everything for this episode.
Really?
Yes. Sweet baby Isaac, CEO, the Earl of thescaldstone.com, and everything attached. I have a bracket for us.
A bracket.
Yes, I know. We were supposed to make brackets for like milestones, but I think it is perfectly fine to rip out a bracket
Is this the Star Wars bracket?
for emergency situations like this, because this is like the first time that we have absolutely nothing planned, and also have nothing to rip out of our ass planned, you know? Because there's been episodes where we rip something out of our ass because, you know, we just go into real big depth about like maybe the one thing that happened to us this week.
Episode 33, though. I got a feeling it's going to be pretty eventful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, yeah, we won't
We'll have,
record
like,
for
2
a whole
whole
2
weeks.
weeks. But, yeah, I have a 32 thing bracket, and that's
So
probably
it's-
going to be like,
So it's not Star Wars then?
it's going to be the
or
meat.
is it Star Wars?
No, it's not. It's going to be the meat and potatoes of this episode because I had planned for it to just take up the whole hour. So what is your segment, sir?
Well, I want to know what the bracket is first.
The best toy.
Okay. My segment will segment into this very well.
Oh, really? Oh, he got a new Hot Wheel?
Perfectly good timing.
Do I open this? Feels like you already opened it.
I did not, actually. I don't have a knife.
Do
to
I have
open
the
it.
honor? I mean, there's a knife over there on the desk. I'll get it.
Okay. This one shipped out really fast. Like, typically they take a month to ship. This one took, I think, a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Ooh. Whoa. That's sick. Here's a patch. Red Lion Club patch. So Jordan, tell me what I'm opening and what you've been opening these last few months.
So there's a membership for Hot Wheels called the Red Line Club. Wow. It's on MattelCreations.com, which we actually, funnily enough, we spoke about last week, or at least last episode, called Mattel Creations. It's $10 a year, and it'll give you access to these very limited run Hot Wheels cars. They normally sell out within the day, or if not within the day, within the week. But there's currently actually, and they don't normally produce the next one until the last one sells out. There's a couple exceptions. There's that one car that's been on there for 2 years, and it's the Hot Wheels. It's the Red Line Club, like 1966 Batmobile from the original TV series.
Heck, I'd buy that.
You can buy it on
Is it
there
like
right
$5
now.
now?
No, it's 25.
Okay. Originally like 40.
I think maybe. I'm not really too sure.
Well, anyways, let me say what this one in my hands is. Let me show the camera once again. We have a 1993 Ford Mustang Cobra R. Hot Wheels, hottest metal cars in the world. Red Line Club. It came with that patch that you're holding, and it looks like it also comes with this button. Honestly, I would almost buy these things for those two things alone, and not these cars, because I have not been insane about any of these cars that have come in so far. I mean, they're nice, but they're like...
You said that the last one would have been your favorite. I did not get that one because I forgot about it. And I also, like, once I did see it, I was like, I'm okay with missing that one.
Well, that's really sick and very fitting to what we're gonna be doing.
Yes.
Yeah, we just taste tested our toy talk.
So this is very close to, actually, it might, no. So one of my favorite eras of Mustangs that I spoke about on a previous episode, which I think our Dream Car Garage episode, I don't remember exactly what episode that was. The Ford Mustang Fox Body. That's one of my favorites. I don't know, something about it with blacked out rims and all white.
Dream Car Garage?
In the
episode 11.
Episode 11? Okay. I did speak about that briefly in that. But I don't think this is exactly a Fox Body. I think it's a year off. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But once they listed this one, I was like, oh my god, I gotta have it. And so yeah. This is actually my first one of this style. My last one was
I really like that.
Was the van. You like what?
I really like the one in your hands.
Yeah. It's really heavy, actually.
It's not bad at all.
I think it's a bit heavier than some of the other ones. Yeah, club exclusive. Wow, look at that. Then, let me see this button here. Oh, it's a tire. What? Wait, what is that?
What? What in the world?
I actually don't know what this is. It's just.
Can I see it? I'll keep it if you don't like it.
No, it's mine. Fuck you.
I think I've seen these before. Still have no clue what they're supposed to be.
Hang on. I'm going to go to the page. But you can go ahead with what you were saying.
What was I saying?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, today we are going to do a best toy bracket. Okay, see, we had mentioned a possible toy bracket the last time we did do a bracket. We also mentioned like a possible Star Wars bracket, as Jordan had been kept on asking if this was the Star Wars bracket. But I went with the more fun one, or at least the one I'm more in the mood for. Because lately it's just been toys for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hard route to be respected still after being obvious toy collectors as adults. But you know
I just
what?
signed in to Mattel Creations. It says we are currently expecting shipping delays. Orders may take longer than expected to process. This one got here 2 weeks early.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky about that.
They're
one,
too
to be
busy
honest.
prioritizing the Jordans of the world.
Probably.
But yeah, so Jordan,
Yes.
Are you ready to start the best toy bracket?
Give me a second.
Okay. Reason why we did this best toy bracket is because over on Lights Camera Barstool, yeah, I'm calling out the big boys. Lights Camera Barstool, they do a bracket series, and they did the best toy. And the championship was between, I think, Bike and a Nintendo. And neither of those are toys. So yeah, we made our own bracket, or I made our own bracket, and this has no activity stuff, okay? It doesn't even have like the Cozy Coupe, Little Tykes car, okay? It doesn't have skateboards, it doesn't have bikes, it doesn't have scooters, okay? But it also doesn't have Xboxes, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches, stuff like that, because all of those, I severely do not think are toys.
So it is a pin, but it's like a clip type pin. This thing on the back is what slides over like wherever you're putting it. So that's a little weird.
The lamer pins.
I guess so.
The pins that like to fall off.
Safer for kids, I guess.
Yeah, I guess kids are like, who's that got? What kid has the money to be putting into this
they're
stuff
also
like that?
like
the Red Line Club.
Hang on. It says like they're for like adult collectors and not for children, somewhere. But yeah.
All right. Well, Jordan, are you now ready to start this toy bracket? I tried to switch up a couple things regarding seating, so we wouldn't have like ridiculous matchups in at least the first round. But I think it is good enough. Okay.
I at least know my top 3 personally, but you know.
Oh, I know your top 3, and it's the first 3 seats. I promise. And
so, are we gonna do this?
I should have probably taken them out, considering Back to the Future and Interstellar were gone. But you know.
So how are we doing this though?
How are we doing it?
Each doing it, or are we just?
If we each did it, this would be almost a 3-hour episode.
You think so? You think it's gonna take that long?
I mean, if we restarted this bracket, and then I did it, yes.
I think I'm gonna fly through this, just so you know.
Okay. So we are currently running at 17 minutes, right?
Yeah.
If it is only 30 minutes have passed by the time you finish this bracket, then we'll have me do it, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Although it does also make sense for me to do it because I am more of the toy guy, to be honest with you. But you know.
Yeah. First matchup: Hot Wheels versus Lincoln Logs.
Fuck Lincoln Logs. That's an old people toy. Sure, I actually did love Lincoln Logs when I was a kid. I thought they were neat, but they're just logs. They're just sticks that you play with. There's nothing more to them.
So, I wanted to throw in like a variety of things. Yeah. Like some of these toys are more like modern things. They weren't really a thing until we were adults. Some of these toys are complete traditional brandless, this is what our grandparents played with toys. And then a good amount of them are for nostalgia purposes. Maybe some brands that an older folk or a 10-year-old wouldn't know, but we would definitely know. And then there's just, all around great toys.
Definitely Hot Wheels, though.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels is the standout winner there.
So, second matchup, Rock'em Sock'em Robots versus a Slinky.
Now, I'm gonna say Slinky, but I want to argue my point there because Rock'em Sock'em Robots, I don't think that's a toy.
I think it is a toy because in the search of it all, okay, there's a reason why I didn't do Candyland. Okay, there's a reason why I didn't do like Snakes and Ladders. There's a reason why I didn't do a good amount of other things. Rock'em Sock'em Robots are a toy, brother.
I don't know. I think we'll just have to agree to disagree.
I
on that
guess.
One,
but as long as we're not like
in
the
my
freaking
eyes,
other bracket where a Nintendo freaking handheld thing wins.
It's not Rock'em Sock'em because of disqualification in my eyes.
Okay.
So
you know what? That's fair. Slinky, you can't go wrong with Slinky anyways. Okay, so there are some girl toys in here, just for the
I think
sake
that's
of-
actually valid.
I think it's fair, because we're not
I was gonna ask.
we're
if,
not
like, Barbie
basing it
and, like,
we're
shit
not
was in
we're
there.
not basing it off of. I mean, we are partly basing off of what we like more, because obviously this is an opinionated bracket, but we have to throw some girl toys in there because there have been some monumental things that have been done in the girl toys.
Littlest Pet Shop.
Oh, I forgot about that. But there's a lot of gender neutral and girl toys in here. With that said, trading cards like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh
Go ahead.
versus Bratz.
I'm gonna say Bratz because I also don't think trading cards are considered a toy.
Yeah, that was one of those things where I was like, do I put that one in? Do
Like,
I put that one in?
I consider Rock'em Sock'em more of a toy than trading cards. Honestly.
Okay. What if I put the Little Tykes Cozy Coop in there instead of trading
I
cards?
honestly don't know what that is.
It's that little red car that kids play in with the yellow top.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. You know what? I consider that a toy.
Okay, would that beat Bratz though?
You know,
I'm a
I
big
think
action figure guy.
both of them were pretty equal in my life because both of my cousins, my female cousins, they went nuts for Bratz.
Okay.
Like that was like that was like their shit, man.
Okay.
But like I had one of those cars at both of my grandparents and I went nuts for it, dude. That thing was sick.
All right. So what are we thinking?
Now, okay, what are we basing this off of more so? Is it personal like opinion on what's better, or is it like
your own
what's more
parameters?
fundamental for like toys?
What if you have a background for it? That's all the better. But what do you think is genuinely, universally a better toy? All around.
You know, I'm gonna go with the car then.
All right.
Because like everyone had that car. Everyone had that. Like that was one of those that's a childhood staple. If you didn't have the car, then you are not real. You're a fake person, you don't actually exist.
All right. Okay. Next matchup, slime. It's a big thing with these.
That's
With this
definitely
new
a much more
generation.
modern thing. I'd argue that's not a toy either. I'd say that's a science experiment.
I think it's very much a
But,
toy.
like,
I think it is very much, even though it's messy, it's very much a toy. It's gonna lose anyways. Versus Bionicles.
Oh God, yes, Bionicles. But like, okay, I'm curious as to why you threw that in there separately. Then
What?
'Cause that's
it's
just
not
Lego.
I know it's Lego. Jordan, I made this bracket 30 minutes before you got here. I was just trying to come up with 32, man.
is there other separate Lego like brands?
No, I think Bionicle is just very significant.
It was. It's the one that saved Lego from bankruptcy. Did you know
Exactly.
that?
So Bionicle's in and of its own.
And it's ironic that that's what happened because they canned it twice.
Okay. Next
I'm
matchup.
very passionate about
Next
that.
matchup can determine whether or not I have fun on this episode.
Really,
Next matchup is RC cars.
Liam wants out.
RC cars versus wrestling figures.
Okay, so personally, for a personal thing, I'd say RC cars. But I think that's just because I voiced you already. I've never been a wrestling figure kind of guy.
I personally think you should go to hell.
But like as I showed you yesterday, I mean I am very much so an action figure guy, and like looking at this guy, like the posability on him is actually pretty damn insane.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's got
You just don't have an
Pivot.
appeal for wrestling figures or
So-
just wrestling in general.
yeah. I think that's more so it.
I can respect that completely. The reason why I didn't just say action figures in general is because one, I was filling out spots, and two, I think there's some really prominent.
I think wrestling figures deserve their own category because
Yeah.
like, they do a lot of things.
There's a lot
in their
of
own
different
way.
action figures that deserve their own category out there, you know. So yeah, I guess we're gonna proceed with RC cars. Jackass.
You like RC cars too, though. Come on.
RC cars are pretty freaking baller, and if I had like money dedicated to it, oh, bro, I'd be hitting tracks. Anyways, next matchup, Bop It versus Lightsaber.
Okay, lightsaber is definitely a toy. I definitely argue that Bop It's one of those board games type things again.
I see
along
Bop
with
It on the
Rock'em.
same level of Rock'em Sock'em. It's a toy that sparks an activity.
I agree with that. I just don't agree that they're toys. But
Okay.
we'll go with lightsabers.
Lightsaber should have won out the gate anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Next matchup, Thomas and Friends. So Hot Wheels but trains. Or Nerf.
Ooh,
Nerf or
okay.
nothing,
That's
baby.
actually a really good one. So, I actually didn't get more into Nerf until I was like, I don't know, at least 10, 12, 13, maybe in my early teenage years, preteen years. But like, I had the entire Thomas the Tank Engine set, and both the old wooden Thomas the Tank Engines and the electric ones.
Especially once you get the tracks,
Yeah.
those trains can be sick.
Yeah. So they were very pivotal for my young childhood. They are very collectible, and they do have an adult collector base as well, actually.
Really?
Specifically the wooden ones. The electric ones are...
There's a lot of model train stores out there.
Yeah.
So Thomas and Friends or model trains, I'm not really going to bother to change it, but take that as you will.
I'd argue they're different, very much.
They are different, but
I get what you're coming from. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a tricky one.
It's Nerf or nothing, or it's
Because like
Thomas
I'm
and
really
Friends.
into Nerf guns like now as an adult. Because like Nerf guns, I get to shoot people. It's fun.
As a kid growing up, always wanted a lot of Nerf guns. My mom never got them because she's like, "You're not gonna pick up the bullets. You're gonna lose all the bullets, and you're gonna have no bullets to shoot, and it's just gonna be nothing."
I mean, look at Tyrion.
Yeah,
Does not have a single bullet.
but honestly, it's like the same thing with me and Legos. I would have taken care of something like that.
Yeah.
Like if you got me like a sick ass Nerf gun, that'd have been dope.
Huh. I think.
I didn't expect this matchup to be so hard, honestly.
Well, it's just because like Thomas the Tank Engine has actually a very strong emotional connection to me.
Of
'Cause,
course.
like, every one of the boys in my of the boy grandkids was like
I had
really
some Thomas.
really into it. So much so that my one of my cousins literally named after Thomas the Tank Engine. His name is Thomas after Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm not
Really?
joking about that.
Wow.
Because I was into it, and I got my cousin John really into it when he was a little kid. And then he was like, when they were having their second child, I was he was like, "I name it Tommy," and then they were like, "Okay." And that's pretty much exactly how it happened. Then obviously he got really into Thomas the Tank Engine. Like that's something you can relate to on a personal level, because you're named the same. So like I don't know, because like personally, Nerf guns are definitely way cooler, way better. But Thomas the
But
Tank
there's some
Engine,
wholesomeness to Thomas and Friends.
there really is. Honestly, I think this might be a straight up tie. I actually cannot decide.
So neither of them continue. Jordan, content, say something. Stop it.
I don't know.
Do I need to flip a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a coin, so say something.
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Heads is Thomas.
Thomas the Tank Engine. then.
Okay. Wow.
It's wild when it's up to a coin toss.
All right. Next matchup: GI Joes
G.I. Joe.
versus Rubik's
What
Cube.
Ooh, G.I. Joe.
You sure?
Yeah, because, okay, so my first and only ever Rubik's Cube, I still have it. It was a gift from my ex-girlfriend. No, hang
He
on.
ruined you, Rubik's Cube.
No, hang on. She had her own Rubik's Cube. And
Yeah.
I was like, I kept saying, man, I really want one of these.
Rubik's
This
Cubes
is pretty
like
cool.
are really sick, honestly.
And she kept trying to give me hers. I was like, I don't want yours. I want a new one.
Exactly.
And then it was actually the last Christmas we were together. She got me one.
What a sweet story
and,
for a
like-
loser. Not you,
That's
but
what I
the
don't
Rubik's Cube is a
understand. 'Cause,
loser.
like, she was really caring and she was really nice, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she broke my heart. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way it goes.
A lot of people be like that, man. So I'm just gonna advance Transformers in this next match.
I want to at least hear what the other one is.
Tamagotchis.
What the hell is? Oh yeah. I never had one of those. One of my ex-girlfriend's friends did.
I never had a Tamagotchi, anyways. I was very reluctant to put it in, honestly.
I think that's. I think it's a valid one because it's like.
It made its mark.
I think it's on the
On
same
history.
level as what are those robot dogs called?
Oh, the iDog
Well, no, not those ones.
with like all the lights on its face and it was white.
No, yeah, not that one.
Oh, because I came across that in my research too.
Okay. Those are shit.
Those are garbage. Weren't they like Burger King toys too?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Etch-a-Sketch.
Ooh.
Now I think Etch-a-Sketch is gonna win just because of the person that's judging these versus a football.
I think you're a little hypocritical right now.
How?
What were some of the things that those other guys chose for a toy? Didn't they choose like a basketball or something?
No.
Something like that.
No, a ball was on the bracket, and there's also ball on the bracket. But I think football and ball are different things on this bracket because I feel like a football is very different than any
I don't
other
think
ball.
either of those are toys.
You don't think a ball is a toy?
Nope.
You don't think a bouncy ball that comes out of the thing that you put a quarter in at like Perkins that comes out and you start bouncing it? That's not a toy. What the hell is that, Jordan?
That's a ball.
What is the ball?
A ball.
What else is it?
A ball.
What's it for?
It's just a bouncing. It's a ball for bouncing.
Yeah? I severely disagree.
I don't think.
See, I put things...
I think rubber bouncy balls. Yeah, sure. Those are probably closer to toys than a football, but a football is definitely not a toy.
A football is a toy.
No, it is not. That is
Yeah.
a sports ball.
You can find it in a toy store. Football's this toy.
You can find a lot of things that aren't toys in
Well,
a toy
anyways,
store.
Etch-a-Sketch
You
wins.
can find
Crazy.
board games in a toy store. We just already agreed that those aren't toys. You probably find a lot of video games in a toy store.
Football's a toy.
It is not a toy.
Yes, you can
I
play it with your
refuse to
friends.
acknowledge it.
Beyblades
Beyblades are cool.
versus Mighty Beans.
Mighty Beans are a classic, but I'm going to go with Beyblades.
Yeah, honestly, I'd be surprised if any of our listeners knew what Mighty Beans were.
That is true. They did make a comeback very briefly.
Okay, I'm just gonna... I think you're gonna disagree on both of these things in this next matchup.
Okay.
Jordan, if I'm going back on what was said in the first bracket episode, you said a toy is something that you fiddle with in your hands.
Pretty much, yeah.
Next matchup is ball versus fidget spinner.
I think fidget spinners are more of a toy than ball,
Whatever.
but I don't think they're toys either. They're, I guess, fidget toys. There's another word for them.
They're a toy.
But, like... So, this ball, is it a bouncy ball or is it just a generic ball?
It's a bouncy
like
ball.
a kickball? Or
It's a bouncy ball. It's a soccer ball. It's
Those are
it's
two
a
very different
dodgeball.
balls.
It's whatever ball you think is the best one, bro. It's a
I
ball.
don't like your vague inputs here.
It's It's one of the brand list mentioned grandparent toys that I said.
I'd go with fidgets.
Would you
Fidget
like me to
spinners.
replace this with Pogs?
I think Pogs are more of a toy than a football, but like I don't think those are toys either.
Okay.
Those are pieces of cardboard.
Whatever. Okay. So fidget spinner advances?
Yeah.
And I dream broken dreams. Okay, we got two heavy hitters here actually, but I know who's gonna win. But the loser's gonna be very respected though. Legos versus Barbies.
Barbie is the only other thing on Mattel Creations that has a subscription. They have Mattel Creation Barbies, so I think that's pretty neat. A lot of respect to Barbie. They've been a
They're getting
fundamental
a movie.
Yeah, they've been a fundamental toy line for like a century, essentially.
My great grandmother collected Barbies.
Yeah. They've been around for like a really long time. Honestly, a lot of action figures wouldn't exist without Barbies.
She still has a lot of Barbies in box. Like, that's still like pretty respectable stuff.
Mm-hmm. But like Legos, man. Legos, come on.
Yeah, you're the Lego guy, so.
I mean, come on though. Legos have also been around for almost a century at this point.
Yeah, probably.
I think we just had one of their birthdays, actually. I don't remember which one, to be honest with you. But yeah, so like Lego has spawned, I guess, well, Barbie's also spawned numerous knockoffs, but so it's like, I don't know. I think they're both very equal in like the toy, like giant corporate giants or whatever, but like Lego is cooler. Lego.
Okay.
That's all you need to know is Lego.
So this next matchup is between two things that are quite similar but very different.
In Dutch, Lego means have fun.
Furbies
Fuck Furby, so.
versus
Those things freak me
stuffed
out.
animals.
So, I mean, Furbies on the outside feel the same, but they're very crunchy on the inside compared to the stuffed
I never
animal.
owned a Furby. I've never
Really?
been attached to a Furby.
My mom
I don't
and
even think
dad-
my sister had a Furby.
My mom and dad had one. They're robotic. They're robots.
Yeah, I know.
They freak
I know
me out
their
still.
I know their deal.
But I'd go with stuffed animals. Just because Furbies freak me out.
All right. Pops versus My Little Pony.
I think My Little Pony, because I wouldn't consider Pops toys. Those are figures.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a toy.
figurines is what I call those. Vinyl figurines.
Yeah, you can
Figurines
still
are like
play with them.
statues.
I gave one to my nephew one time. He had fun with it for a whole day. I think that Pops have been just socially steered as not toys.
Well, like I told you, Pops originally were bobbleheads. Like, that's their original design.
Yeah,
Bobbleheads are not
I guess bobbleheads are not toys at all. My bad, I am a hypocrite, huh? Damn.
No, I don't know. I don't think Pops
Keep in
are
mind,
toys.
I bet there'd be better things on this bracket if I just planned for this to happen.
I don't know. I don't think it's that bad so far. But what do we got?
Okay, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys.
Action figures. More action. Ninja Turtle action figures.
You can do.
I mean,
You can consider the action figures. You can consider everything else that comes with the action figures. I think it's amazing. Okay, they have their own the toys that made us episode.
They do.
I love the turtles so much.
I mean,
Obviously,
we are aware of that.
yeah. Versus what Marvel Legends are coming out.
Oh, okay. So Marvel Legends is the mainline Marvel action figures.
They do MCU ones. They do comic accurate ones. All in all, always quality.
Oh yeah, they're always gonna be quality, but like accuracy is getting better over the years. Like you can see a significant increase over the past like 3 years, and how much more accurate they look. But like Some of those old ones are not great. For the MCU ones, the comic book ones have always been really
there's
great.
a new gray Hulk.
Yeah.
And that one looks sick.
There was a Hasbro makes Marvel Legends right now. HasLab is a kind of Kickstarter thing that Hasbro does. Is if projects will get funded enough, they will make them. They did a Unicron, which is the big evil guy for Transformers. That he's like this tall,
Damn.
standing from the table. They just did a Galactus,
Ooh.
who's probably about the same height.
Ooh. I like that.
I mean, it was like $400, but like it looked pretty cool, man. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, who's gonna win this? The two different toys that I look at Target and Walmart and just get a wrestling figure over. So yeah.
I don't, cause like Marvel Legends have done a lot for just the action figure community right now, and then but Ninja Turtles are. That's such a kind of generic term because so many different action figure companies make them. Like you got NECA, you got
NECA's good though.
NECA makes the high end like adult display collectible action figures. I think Hot Toys have made a few.
I think Super 7.
They've probably made a few, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's too generic, too broad of a term just to go with Ninja Turtles. So I think I'd probably have to go with Marvel Legends. But like if Marvel Legends made Ninja Turtle action figures, that would probably be pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. We are in the second round. Going back up. Hot Wheels versus Slinky.
Hot Wheels. Slinky's great, but it's just a fucking metal spring.
Okay.
I had lots of Slinkies. I actually had a metal Slinky.
Trading cards. Pokemon cards versus Bionicles.
What was the opposite? What did trading cards go up against?
Brats. Oh, no. I replaced trading cards with the Cozy Coop.
That's right, yeah.
That's right. I have to remember that because I can't change the name on it right now.
Yeah, so it's the Cozy Coop versus what?
Bionicles.
Bionicles.
Oh, guess I don't have to remember that anymore. Remote control cars versus lightsaber.
RC cars.
Dang, that was too easy. All my childhood, I wanted a quality version of each of these. Not gonna lie. I always had I don't know, a couple of those like $10 lightsabers that were short and plastic.
I mean,
But I want like a really nice.
I had a
lightsaber.
couple of those like official like.
If we had a nice
child
lightsaber, I would hang it
lightsabers.
up right there, and it would just.
But like one of my things, holy grail items, is that I want to get like one of those professional grade lightsabers.
Yes.
Like that are like $500-$600.
Yes.
But like that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of money. But they're cool.
For just stuff that's gonna be studio decor.
And like I've messed around with quite a few very expensive RC cars thanks to Ricky, as I mentioned before. But yeah, so
Next matchup: G.I. Joe versus Thomas and Friends.
G.I. Joe.
Why?
I think this round we're just going with pure cool factor.
All right. Transformers. Next round.
Wait a second.
Transformers versus Etch-a-Sketch.
Okay. Yeah, Transformers.
Beyblades. This matchup. Beyblades versus Fidget Spinners.
Beyblades.
They both rip it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Round 2 always goes by way faster.
Mm-hmm. That's like the thing with like a lot of brackets online. Legos versus stuffed animals.
Legos. He's just like, yep, alright.
There we go. For some reason it buffered for a second right there. It's like, are you sure? My Little Pony versus Marvel Legends.
Marvel Legends. Just because My Little Pony actually sucks, but like I respect it more as a toy line than the other one that I
Pops.
was up against. Yeah.
All right, back to the top. Hot Wheels versus Bionicles. Things are getting
I think
hard.
I think if Bionicle didn't have such a rocky line closer to the end of it, like if Lego had kept giving it the energy it was supposed to have, and then they didn't discontinue it, and then bring it back, that was really, really crappy of a bring back, and they discontinue it again and blame it on us, I think I would probably win, but I'm going to go with Hot Wheels.
All right.
You should definitely look into the history of Bionicle if you haven't.
I
'cause,
feel like there's a lot of deep lore, especially.
Well, I mean, Bionicle, yes, had one of the deepest lore of like in-universe lore of
there's
any
like
toy
a
line.
large TikTok community that loves Bionicle.
But like I'm saying, you should look up the history of like the behind-the-scenes stuff, like what Lego had done with it and whatnot.
Next matchup: RC Cars versus GI Joe.
Ooh.
I think the best toys are the ones that you won't get disrespected
You wanna know
if you
a
still
really
play as an
interesting fun
adult.
fact?
What's up?
Transformers wouldn't exist without G.I. Joe.
Really?
So G.I. Joe was one of the first toy lines, like boy-centered toy lines, like ever.
I believe that.
Someone in Japan bought the license for G.I. Joe, and it was like Action Man or something like that. I think it was.
Fighting Man.
They took that, made like this transparent clear thing. That was selling well. It was a big seller. They kept making different versions of it. Eventually, that became Micromaster or something like that, which was like tiny versions of these Clear Man. That became Diaclone, which was something for the Micromasters to sit in. Diaclone is Transformers. That is the original. Those are where the designs and toys of the Transformers actually came from. Hasbro from the United States licensed those toys to bring over to the American market, and they recolored them, retooled them into Transformers.
The more you know.
You can actually find all that out in the toys that in the toys that made us episode for Transformers.
Okay.
Actually,
RC Cars versus GI Joe.
G.I. Joe, yeah.
All right.
G.I. Joe, just so many things just wouldn't exist without it, to be honest with you.
I believe that. I think it has something to do with wrestling figures today as well.
Honestly, yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter, he was a GI Joe figure, I think.
And then he became a wrestling person?
I don't know exactly the history on it, but Sergeant Slaughter does have a GI Joe figure. I'm almost like 80% sure on that. Transformers versus Beyblades.
Transformers. Although both were early 2000s pivotal moments.
Legos versus Marvel Legends.
Lego.
Oh, the top 3 seeds are in the final 4. Oh, I am so good at knowing you. T. G.I. Joe versus Hot Wheels.
You know, I think G.I. Joe and Hot Wheels have a very similar history, too. So, like, they're very comparable to each other. But, like,
There's a Hot Wheel on the table.
there's a reason why Hot Wheels are still just as big today as they were back then.
Mm-hmm.
And G.I. Joe is not.
Yeah, I can agree.
So, Hot Wheels.
Yeah. All right, who's meeting Hot Wheels in the final? Transformers versus Legos.
So, what's wild is this past year, 2022, something huge happened for the toy industry.
Yeah.
Lego and Hasbro collaborated and made the first Lego Transformer.
Cool, you still gotta
officially
pick.
licensed. Will you let me talk, bitch?
No.
Like, this was a big deal because of licensing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, Lego and Hasbro, they're very huge rivals, I guess. At least they were, because Hasbro actually had their own Build-A-Brick, like, toy line thing. They have always failed. They've had several different ones over the years. I mean, Mattel also has their own called Mega Bloks. That's, like, the other really big one. Transformers, Hasbro had Creo for a while, which was something, but, you know. Oh man. Because like a lot of it can depend on the future.
All right,
So
historian,
technically
Transformers or
they're one and
Legos?
the Same now. Transformers have a very deep history with me. That's always been my number one thing.
Can we
Legos-
just agree that Legos and Transformers are all over your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legos less so. They're actually more in the other room now. So, as a matter of fact, I don't think I have. No, I have one
I know.
Lego set in my room right now.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you have more Transformers in your bedroom. What's that mean?
Like I said, my Legos are all another. I got Legos in the laundry room. I got Legos in the living room.
Legos are very expensive, bro. You're gonna run out of shelves, you know.
Yeah. I've already ran out of shelves. But I think I'm gonna go with Lego.
Wow.
But like I think I can safely say that because Transformers are also Lego now. So like yeah.
Stop thinking like that, okay? We ain't got no
Hey,
room for
suck
ties around
my
here.
asshole.
Okay, Mr. Graphic. And in the championship final, Hot Wheels versus Legos. Wow, it's like picking a favorite kid.
Yeah. I mean that's what the last round was for me too.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think that'll be it for me.
Jordan.
Pleasure talking to you and seeing you guys. Have a great day. 3, 2, 1, amen.
You're so funny.
Am I?
No.
No.
No. Come on, man. Or I'll pick for you.
Lego.
Really? Right in front of him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, you heard it here, folks. Legos are the best toy in the world. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. So, would that really go in that order? Legos, Hot Wheels, Transformers? All right, that's the top 3 for you, baby girl. Wonderful. And it's 52 minutes, so we're not having me do a bracket.
Nope.
I will say that wrestling figures might have won.
Really?
Yeah. Ninja Turtle toys would have been up there. Hot Wheels would have been up there. Legos, that's one of my shoulda, woulda, couldas, because I
Yeah.
never was given that as a child. Marvel Legends would have been up there. Transformers, they will always be cool. RC cars, they would have been respectable, great up there too.
Isaac really wants to get the new Guardians of the Galaxy line from Marvel Legends. 'Cause
Yes.
They all look great.
Yes,
They
do.
all look so good.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm prepared to spend a lot of money on that, but you know what? We'll just do it the way we did it last time. I got all of them from a specific movie, you know. I have all of the legends for
Thor Ragnarok,
Thor Love and
even
Thunder.
though- Or yeah, Thor Love and Thunder. even
And
though-
I mean, I had always intended on getting all of the figures for Volume 3. So, yeah,
I
coming
do
up
that every
on
time.
that one, baby girls. So, yeah, Jordan,
Yes, sir.
what'd you think of today's episode, huh?
It was good. It was good.
It was good. It was good. All right. We shelled out 53, almost 54 minutes of content at this point for something that was not planned at all 3 hours ago.
Follow us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever else you listen to podcasts, YouTube, whatever. Check us out on Instagram. Go to thescaldstone.com to find all of our links and our information and bios and whatnot. You
Jordan.
can find Isaac's writings there.
Jordan.
He's a pretty good writer. You should check him out. What's up?
You're not plugging us.
Why
You're
not?
just saying find us.
Yeah.
Our on Instagram is Too Many Words Podcast. Our availability
That's why I
on
just
Spotify,
said
Apple, and Google
thescaldstone.com.
Podcasts is Too Many
I just
Words.
said thescaldstone.com.
Yeah, you did
'Cause
Skull Stone.
You said last week we don't need to do that. You just
We
said-
don't need to do that for the socials, but I think Instagram's a little bit more important. Instagram's like our mainline social.
This dude.
Number 1 rule is consistency. Jordan, what you learned this week?
In one day, I learned that a day can go shitty really fast when you don't have enough people.
Yeah. I learned, so through texting Les, this was actually what I was going to use for the episode of Les, but I guess we can do that in a future one. Les said to treat my brand bigger than it is, because he was actually going to send me a picture and a bio of him, so I could attach it to the episode on our website. And so yeah, that's what I learned this week, is to treat my brand bigger than it is. It's kind of like one of those dress for the job that you want things. So yeah, that's what I learned this week. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like, I probably subconsciously knew that, but like it was never really like a proactive thing.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Like, you gotta be more of a boss.
I am a boss. You just don't listen to me.
Well, yeah, that's because I don't give a fuck.
I'm pretty
about you.
assertive with the boys, Eli and Soren.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh
good.
yeah, I've actually, dude, their latest episode was horseshit. Almost every single time they get together, it almost always turns into Steph Curry versus LeBron, or just something like that. Especially when they don't really have any content in particular to talk about. This last episode that they did should have been the easiest one. You know why? Because of the trade deadline. Okay, so many big things happened at the trade deadline for the NBA, where it's like, you have this listed, this listed, this listed. You have all the biggest trades put on a list. You do them one at a time. Say, okay, KD went to the Suns. Okay, let's talk about that. What's going to happen and what will happen after that? You could have just done that. Dude, it was like a layup of an episode, and they didn't do that. So what I have put into them is that I'm going to compete with them on which episodes are going to be more entertaining. Episodes where I'm hosting or episodes where they're hosting. And Eli said, not going to lie, it's 2v1 and Soren and I mesh pretty well. And it's like, not when you're fucking boring like that episode. Okay? I kind of said something that was very inappropriate to Eli after that. Yeah. It had something to do with my genitals meshing well with his butthole, but it's okay. If he's gonna go saying stuff like that,
Oh, that's funny though.
okay, I could be entertaining by myself. You know how many series I do by myself?
Oh, okay.
Anyways, next episode is actually gonna knock it out of the park with Marcellus and Mason. That guy Mason.
That guy Mason.
I think we're if we get like a sense of who's the better host, naturally we're just going to be a better quality podcast over on the Reigning and Defending podcast. So yeah, check us out for the Scald Stone Sports section wing, baby girl, Reigning and Defending. It's the one other podcast that's under the Scald Stone brand. With that said, Jordan,
This has been the Too Many Words podcast. Isaac, who do you make this episode out to?
I was about to ask that.
I know.
Who do I make this episode out to? I make this episode out to wrestling figures because they got done dirty in the first round of this bracket.
I make this episode out to Legos, because Legos be Legos.
Legos be Legos. Okay, whatever.
Amen on three?
Amen on three.
3.
What? Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Amen.
Amen.